Hi everyone, how's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. Just doing a video, little late night, see how everyone's doing. Might be late where you're at, but I thought I would just come by, say hello if you're out there. I hope everyone's doing fine. Not a lot of people. Maybe I picked a bad time to be here. I wonder what time it is right now, locally, huh? Let me go ahead and check. Right now it is 9:35 p.m. Arizona time. Ah, there we go. A little sudden. I'm just trying to figure it out. But I guess you learn something new every day. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and I made a list of video topics that I want to make. I'm gonna go ahead and read them off. I don't know if I covered this in the last live stream. Life has been made too complicated. That's one of the themes I want to cover. The other one is being a coward. You're your own biggest enemy. Listening or taking sides or watching debates. How it's like WWE, like pro wrestling. It's all scripted, and you're just in here for a ride, which pretty much describes all a lot of the things out here. Hey, Dustin, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm just kind of reading off some ideas for some videos I want to make in the future. I want to talk about the rat race. How we've been in this rat race. How we're just made to work, and then consume. You know, and it's making us miserable out there. And that's kind of what I want to talk about as well. Also, fake rich people. You know, that's another thing I want to talk about. Another thing I have on here is Skippy the Virgin. I don't know if you guys heard of him. Very interesting. Well, I wouldn't say interesting, but I'd say kind of a weird guy. But who am I, right? I don't know. I want to talk about materialism too. Now, well, which kind of goes with the rat race too, right? But I also want to talk about Reddit. You know, go on the Reddit section and just talk about some things. You know, just read off Reddit sections and the comments. That's kind of what I. Those are kind of some of the ideas of videos. Also, I want to go ahead and cover Nick Fuentes. That's another one. That's another topic I want to cover. Also, body positivity. That's another topic I want to cover. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Mip King 2017. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Not McKenna 123. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. You know, then another topic I want to cover is should I go to college? That's another one I want to cover. How's your day going, my friend? Oh, it's been going pretty well. How's yours? Mip King, I'm doing good. Hey, that's good to hear. Sometimes I'm always under the I'm about the believer about no news is good news. I don't know what you guys think. Lumberjack 3518P, hello from Dallas. Hey, how's it going? I only been to Dallas once and it was for a layover at DFW. Going to Toronto. Gnarpy, hello. Hey, how's it going? Hello from Crawfordville. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Crawfordville? Hey, how's it going? I bared. Well, extremely cold where I'm at. Where are you at, Dustin? I'm in Arizona, so it's not really cold out here. It's only been getting to the 40s. Oh, good. How about you? Oh, I've been doing good. Gnarpy. I think that's how you pronounce your handle, right? Yeah, so I was just covering topics, guys. Let me know what kind of topics I should come up with. I've been very curious to know, if there's certain topics I should cover for this video. I like to cover Oh, it is, huh? I don't even get snow because I'm in Florida. Oh, it doesn't snow in Florida, huh? Really? Not at all, huh? Because you're in Arizona, you think it would be just desert, right? But even here in Tucson, if you go to the higher elevations, if you go to Mount Lemon, you're gonna have snow. Same thing with Madera Canyon. You're also gonna have snow. Tennessee, huh? Beautiful. You know, I was watching pictures of the wilderness of how some people have these log cabins that they build up there. Very nice. Like desert is 67 degrees at night. Yeah, it's pretty chill. You know, here in Tucson, it's been very chill. It's you shop at Lowe's. Yeah, I do shop at Lowe's. Well, not a whole lot. I mean, to be honest, I don't have a home, so I don't do any home renovations. I'm in Alabama, so I get snow sometimes. Oh, okay. You know, I actually uh, knew, knew somebody that moved. I think it was somebody that moved to Huntsville, and they actually liked it there. You know, they were pleasantly surprised. They didn't think that what they would like Alabama so much, but yeah, they told me everybody's awesome. Hello from your neighborhood state, New Mexico. Hey, Alvidrez, how's it going, neighbor? I'm glad. I'm glad you could join us. You like Home Depot more? Well, this I don't. The thing is that since I don't own a home, there's no need for me to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware. I've been to Iceland and Ukraine before. Oh, really? No way. I've always heard that. It must be very interesting. I would not go to Ukraine. Oh yeah, especially with what's going on over there right now, huh? I think Alabama is actually a really good state in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that'd be pleasantly surprised to some of the places you go. Totally get you about the weather. One part of the state can be hot and dry, and the other part cold and snowy. Yeah, yeah, especially northern Arizona. It's very different from Tucson here in southern Arizona, close to the Mexican border. You go to school? No, I don't go to school. I work full time. If only the racism. Well, I'm not sure if you're referring about Alabama. You know, I think in a lot of these places, you know, you think it's going to be one thing and it doesn't. So, what do you think of Nick Fuentes? You know, actually, I wanted to cover that subject, guys, but I'll be honest with you. Sure, this is the thing, guys. I want to talk about that because this guy, don't get me right, don't get me wrong. A lot of things he says is true, but do you really want to get stuck in a place like, oh yeah, life sucks for men? Yeah, sure. I mean, it sucks, but don't you want to better that? I mean, because if you stay in a place where you're just torturing yourself, it's gonna hurt yourself, not anybody else. So those are just my quick 2 cents on on that guy. What work? I work in the medical field. You mentioned that you consider going to college. You know, I want to go ahead and cover that topic. Should I go to college? Not me, but I mean, as in yourself, right? Nick is trash. You know, a lot of people have been saying Nick is a Fed. I don't know how true that is, but who knows? What is your favorite hobby? Favorite hobbies? I like making YouTube videos. I like going out for walks. I like playing basketball, but I haven't done that for a long time, as you can tell. But yeah, those are some of my things. Some things I like to do. Of course, I like other things like normal people traveling. I like to go out, things like that. Well, I got to go. Have a good day and night. I subscribed. Oh, thanks, Ganarfi. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. Oh, okay, beautiful. Beautiful thing about education. Can always try it at any stage in life. That's very true. Because when I used to go to community college when I was in my early 20s, there was a lot of people that are in their 50s and their 60s, and they would say, "Hey, I'm coming back here. This might be my last chance at an education." That's what a lot of people say. Favorite country? I don't know. So far that I've been to, probably Japan. It's probably. What is your favorite food? That is. That's a good one. So it's either Chinese food, pizza, or carne asada, which is Mexican barbecue. That's probably that's probably what it is. It's probably a close tie between all those three. See you, Narp. Yeah. See, there we go. Feeling the love. Same, bro. Japan is goaded. You know, once you go to other countries, you're like, oh man, Japan was this. But don't get me wrong. Out of all the places that I've been to Mexico, Canada, the UK, and Italy. And the Vatican, of course. The thing is, yes to carne asada. Oh yeah, there we go. You, so yeah, the thing is, when you go, you're like, man, it makes you truly appreciate Japan. But I'm not trying to throw other places under the bus. I could say a lot of positive things about the places I just mentioned, guys. They're awesome in themselves. Sometimes, guys, I just take brief pauses, and the reason for that is, guys, is because sometimes my throat can get tired, or it could even get raspy, as you could tell sometimes. But yeah, I mean that's kind of yeah. But if you guys want to talk about any random topics, guys, I mean it's not like I like to when I do these live streams. I don't like to really like to make rules. I'm very freestyle, guys. I like to, be open, talk about random stuff because sometimes, not every, I want to try to cater to everyone. What inspired you to do YouTube videos? That's a good question. I like that question. I'll be honest with you. You know what inspired me? I was watching red pill videos. These red pill dudes that are on TV. I'm pretty sure you guys know a lot about or have heard of some of these guys. But it's funny because the essence is all the same for these red pill dudes. It's like you should get buff, get rich, get and learn how to seduce women to use them for sex. And I was like, what in the world are these guys talking about? I was just hearing all these things. I'm like, you guys sound like you're teenage boys. And I'm like, and some of these guys, I'm like, don't get me wrong. I understand that society has gone downhill and you're ticked off, and I understand, right? The you're like, oh yeah, women are only good for one thing, and I'm like, no, come on, you can't be just riding the bus where women are all bad. Come on, I mean, some people. I mean, and that's kind of what inspired me to do YouTube. I'm like, I gotta come in here and be the voice of reason and not have all these crazy ideologies, right? They go one side, they go the other side, and everyone's just crazy. Oh, you know what, Jamaica, huh? If I could name one island country I went to, it just has to be Jamaica. What a natural place. Also, don't go to Haiti. Just saying. Hmm. Well, I have heard of a lot of the things that are happening in Haiti, and that have been going on with the gangs, and even their prime minister got assassinated. But Jamaica, from what I heard, is just a beautiful paradise. I love the food. Jamaican food is really good. Also, GTG, bye bye. All right, I barred a wall. Good to see you. Hey, come back anytime. Are you ready for Christmas? Always. Ha ha ha. Yep. Feels like our world is crazy at the moment. Yeah, it is crazy, guys. I mean, like people are adopting. And what's funny, guys? These people, they don't really believe what they say. They just say these outlandish stuff to get attention. Like, oh, look at this guy. This is like they're just hopping on this bandwagon, right? This train, this like phase, right? What's popular right now, being And it's just dumb. Pregunta y hola. Oh, está bien. ¿Cuál es tu pregunta? So Albert Ramos is asking. He's saying hello, and he has a question too as well. OMG! Speaking of Christmas, stores are already jumping on Valentine days. On Valentine days. Sorry guys, they're jumping on Valentine days marketing and over consumerism at its finest. Really? Already? That is weird, right? I mean, Valentine's Day? I mean, that's like 2 months away and they're already advertising for that stuff? That's crazy. I can't believe. I mean, you hear about people starting Christmas sooner and sooner, but Valentine's Day, huh? That's new. People are so weird. Yeah, that's consumer. I'm glad you mentioned that because consumerism, that is such a thing that's just consuming us. They are. It's nuts just to see it in stores already. Wow, that is nuts, dude. Valentine's Day, huh? Any plan for New Year's Eve? No, no plans. I mean, it is what it is. It's just another night. I mean, sure, everybody gets around. Family. Couple. Have dinner, have drinks, but it's nothing like, oh wow, it's like special. It's like I think you get more excited about Thanksgiving and Christmas than probably New Year's. At least that's my observation. But yeah, but this consumerism, Alvarez, I'm glad you mentioned this about this consumerism. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard anything about the Buy Nothing Rebellion. I kind of wanted to. That's kind of something I'd like to do. Buy nothing. Of course, you got to buy the essentials, right? Like gasoline, food. Maybe if you need something in emergency, you got to. Like my toaster just died. I mean, I'm gonna have to. And I went to Walmart and bought a $12 toaster today. So I mean, it's not. I mean, but of course, I had my toaster for like 10 years. I know, kind of random, right? The secret to a good life. The secret to a good life. Out of all my 39 years that I've been on this planet, what I have to say is the secret to a good life is not worrying about stuff, taking it easy. Not be, of course, not be a consumer. Forgive others liberally because you're gonna drive yourself crazy if you hold in grudges. That's another thing. Don't worry. Don't hold grudges. Take it easy. Don't be a consumerist. Like kind of we've been talking about for these past couple of minutes. And that's kind of one of the things about life. Taking it easy. And I mean, we live to work. I mean, you got to buy as much time as you can, right? I mean, don't be a workaholic. I mean, just to get nice things is stupid. Yes, being frugal is the key to escaping the rat race. Yeah. I heard about it, but not really taken the dive to look into it further. Oh, yeah, definitely do. A ver si me animo a hablar inglés. Albert Ramos is saying he wants to try to get into, he wants to really get into to speaking English. Nothing, no te depende. You're really 39, you look 29. Hey, thanks. ¿Quién creo el F20, el F-22 Raptor? Guys, Albert Ramos is saying, who created the F-22 Raptor? Hmm, I think it's Lockheed Martin. Creo que era Lockheed Martin, no estoy, o sea, Boeing. No estoy seguro, tuviera que ir a hacerlo Google, ¿verdad? ¿Quién creó el F-22? Yeah, I have to Google who created the F-22, but that is an amazing piece of machinery, though. Agree completely. My motto: take it as it is, day in day, and live each day with joy. Despite having bad mental health days, I still try to be positive. Yeah, there's gonna be up and downs. Not every day is gonna be good. You're gonna have to. Oh, sí, es un avión estadounidense. Es cierto. Yeah, it's an American plane. That's what Abraham was saying. Yeah, exactly. Just take it day by day. You're gonna have good days and bad days you just have to shake them off. In regards to overconsumption, our society has placed a lot of pressure to normalize the need of things, which is sad because we live to fulfill that societal expectation. It is, right? I mean, because you see a lot of these people, right? Maybe, in New Mexico is probably the same thing as it is here, and pretty much everyone in the United States. This bonehead meathead, right, has a brand new lifted pickup truck with a tiny short bed. You need an elevator to get on these trucks, right? I mean, and this other monkey's, the dumb person, like, oh, I wanted to. Before you know, you have all these lifted trucks on the road because I'm so macho, and I think I'm better than everyone else. Yeah, I don't know. That's just one example that I could think of it. Me tengo que ir a dormir. Aquí es noche. Bueno, adiós. Oh, adiós, Abel Ramos. Que tenga buen día. Mucho gusto verlo otra vez. Abel Ramos has to go, but he wishes everyone a good night. OMG, yes, it's peacocking. Yeah, that's what it is. It's peacocking. That's all it is. Peacocking. Some people, right? Like, oh, I got this better. You know what else other than cars? Cars is just one thing. Oh yeah, these stupid shirts, right? That say Gucci or what is it? What's the other one? Louis Vuitton and all these things, right? Back in the '90s, it was Adidas or Nike or Guess, and yeah, you know what's funny? Now that you mention it, these boneheads are just an advertisement. Like, do these guys know that they're just advertising and they paid for it too, right? I mean, it's like, really? paying for Paying to advertise. Can you believe that? It's like you're gonna. I mean, it's such a brilliant move, right? Using people's mental weakness against them, right? He's like, I'm gonna make you buy this $100 shirt, and you're gonna advertise it. Yeah, right. It's so dumb, right? It's so stupid. Now that you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so dumb. They are free billboards, yeah, which our state already has a ton of. Yeah, same here. Tons of billboards right on the interstate, just advertising. People don't even know what they're doing. I want to check at least. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I want to check too. I mean, how about instead of me paying $60 to wear your shirt, how about you pay me $60, right? How about you pay $60? Don't even get me started on the Michael Kors. Yeah, that's another one, right? Michael Kors. There's a lot of brands. Hugo Boss. I can't think of any others. Um. Oh, you know what? The Supreme, right? The white shirt that has that red shirt that says "Oh," and Coach. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, I think there's a lot of them. Yeah, it's, you just laugh. People are brainwashed. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just complete brainwashing. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I understand the concept of buy nice or buy twice, right? There, of course, you could buy a $20 pair of Walmart shoes, right? That pair of Walmart shoes is probably going to last you a month. At least that's what I noticed. And 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 but if you buy a $40 pair of shoes, right? If you go to Big Five or the discount rack, if you get an Adidas or Nikes, that's $40 or $50, right? That thing's gonna last you about a year, maybe 2 years at the most. And I understand that, right? I mean, you gotta there is that thing, but where you're just buying stuff and you don't need to, that's where I draw the line. Faux Supreme, yeah. I mean, imagine how much of those are fakes too, right? I mean, imagine how much people probably made their own Supreme shirts too, because there's awfully a lot of them too, right? I mean, because from what I heard, is Supreme is supposed to be like a really limited brand, right? But I do agree with buying nicer goods because it's cheaper in the long run. Yeah, it is, but I mean, people go to extremes, right? Yep, quality versus quantity for sure, and it's feeling a need versus feeling a want. Yeah, right. Because if you already have four pairs of shoes, right, that are good, why do you need to keep buying them? I mean, you're just wasting money, and when that money could have gone to something more useful, right? And sometimes, it's funny though. Sometimes people neglect their necessities, right? I mean, sometimes you think like, oh, my Toyota Corolla needs a water pump, but I'm gonna spend the money that should be going to fixing the car to buy a $400 pair of Jordans, right? Pretty stupid. I mean, because that car you need it to go to work. I mean, and I'm pretty sure New Mexico is the same as Arizona, right? Or anywhere here in the United States. I know that in some places, you could walk to work, you could walk to the grocery store, but right here, and sometimes, especially if you live in an isolated place, right, where you, or sometimes you have to. From what I heard, is sometimes people they don't have a Walmart in their small town. Some when I used to work at Walmart here in Tucson, we had people from St. David, which is kind of about a town that's about an hour and a half away from here. Yeah, they would say, yeah, I hopped on my car and drove all the way over here. Or they live in Cells, which is about 40 minute drive away from Tucson as well. So it's one of those things where where you need a car here. It's not a luxury; it's an actual need. Guys, if I take pauses, I'm just resting, right? Because my throat can get tired. So if you see these long pauses of awkward silence, I just want to bring that up. When I was a kid, we'd ask my dad why he didn't get us a nicer family car. We had second hand van. Then he would say the people with nice cars look at where they live. That's true. You know what? That's very true. And I'm pretty sure this happens too in New Mexico, right? Go to the poor neighborhoods, like the poor neighborhoods, like right here. Like I live very close to. Well, I live in a poor neighborhood, I guess as well. I'm not rich either, but the car is way nicer than the house, right? I mean, how much more? Look at all the mobile home parks that are like messed up, right? And the car's nice. Yeah, your dad's right. Uh, you know, that's very true. Some people they don't get the priorities straight. I mean, oh yes, we were one of the few people that had an actual house versus a trailer home. Yeah, right. I mean, uh, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather pick a house over a trailer because I used to live in a trailer with my mom for a little bit. Man, it was a nightmare. It was a 40-year-old trailer, like a 70-something-year-old trailer, like from 1978. Every day it was fixing my freaking bursted, not pipe, but a water line. Every day, fix and repair. And you had to take out the wood panels, saw the freaking plywood, get to where it's leaking, and the wood was already super wet. You could feel it too when you walk on it because it's very soft. Oh my gosh. Mobile homes are just a nightmare. At least my experience with them. Not bashing, just being honest. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I used to live in a mobile home and I did not like it. It is not for me. I'd rather live in a house that's ancient, right? Than, yeah, because I used to, because what is it? My mom and my sister used to live in a house that was made in the 50s, not that long ago. And and yeah, I'd say that's probably even better than living in a trailer for sure. At least you could fix up a house that was made in the 50s and look good, but a trailer it's fix and repair, fix and repair. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I don't think you're bashing either, Alvarez. It's a fact. You're right. Let me go ahead and just take a step back. I need to take a drink. Oh my gosh. I need to take a drink. Yeah, but I think society, people, situations can really be challenging. So I understand people finding joy where they can. But hopefully they are trying to improve their situation. But I understand why people do what they do. That's very true. Also, at the same time, you know, everybody's everybody is in mentally in a different place. And sometimes you think like, why didn't they just do this? Why couldn't they just do that, right? And I'll be honest. I kind of fall into the trap, right, where where I where I do that, right, and you got to be cautious too. But yeah, like for example, you're probably thinking, hey, why did this person buy a mobile home instead of they could have just bought a house? Yeah, maybe I don't know their circumstances. Maybe there was a particular thing that made him think that way. I mean, of course, I wouldn't want to live in a trailer, despite after living one. But yeah, the people take decisions because there's certain things that led them to do that. And it is what it is. People are people, and you just gotta understand. But I don't know about you guys, but I like to cover the. I just wanted to go back into the topic, right, of consumerism. You know, yeah, the thing is that people go to extremes, guys. You know, it's like I don't know. I'm just at a loss for words, you guys, sometimes, because there's people that that it's like sometimes you talk to people, right, and I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you feel alone because not everyone is probably thinking the same way as you do, right? Like at work, for example, maybe all your coworkers are thinking a certain way. You know, like for example, my coworkers. I'm not throwing them under the bus, but they talk about having these nice trucks, and yeah, hey, nice, good. I'm glad for you that you have a nice truck, but it's like I don't know. It's just like I just can't relate because I'm just not the kind that's kind of a consumerist that thinks about partying and having a good time, yamming, or going to a party every weekend. It's just not my thing. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to connect with people, and I think they can see that as well. But you try your best, right, to just get along with everyone, and I think that's the best thing you can do is just find common ground, even with people that you completely disagree. Correct. It's a type of sheep mentality. Just follow the flock. But when you voice that you prefer the things less spoken, and they look at you like you grew a second, yeah, like they saw an alien, right? Like you're not from this planet, like you're from somewhere else. Yeah, they look at you like, what in the world is this? What is this dude saying? And yeah, it makes you feel even more alone, right? Agreed. When you have a different mindset, it's so hard fitting in. I'm not a consumer at all. I want financial freedom, not to work all my life and live a low stress life. Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's what I want, right? I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to work like like a freaking like these people, right? Like, oh yeah, man, like this hustle culture, right? Like that's you see it here on YouTube. Hustle, bro. Just hustle, bro. Like, you should only be working and working and working and sleeping. You should, work, 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 work. I work 80 hours a week, bro. 120 hours a week, bro. And it's like there's no free time. There's no there's no doing and it's funny because I'm like, really? I mean, is that what life is about? Just working to accumulate money? I mean, is that really what you want to do? I don't know. I mean, that just seems vain. So I forego certain things to save my money. Gotta learn how not to care about what other people think. And at the end of the day, their opinions don't matter. Yeah, exactly. You can't care what people think. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. That is definitely for sure. You guys, you you shouldn't care what people. And that's a big thing, right? That's a very hard thing to overcome is not wanting to care what people think. And you get to that point. You're going to get to that point. I can tell you. I mean, my mom always told me, yeah, when you're in your 40s, you're going to get to that point where I don't care what people think. But I think I've been, luckily, I think I've been getting to that point maybe a couple of years, right? Like, like I think I've been there for, I don't know how long, but I'd have to say maybe I've been at peace for probably the past 5 years, or like, I don't care. Good riddance. The bigger question is, when will the hustle be good enough? Yeah, right. When is enough enough, right? I mean, I had, there was this one dude I remember. He was telling me, and of course, this was maybe 2006 when he was telling me, yeah, I make $75,000 a year. And it's funny too. He was a guy from he had a 75,000, and I'm pretty sure that might be a lot of money. He was making $75,000 a year, and he lived in New Mexico actually, and he moved to Arizona to get a job for 80,000. And it's funny because he was taking computer aided drafting classes with me, and he's telling me, yeah, man, I'm trying to get this job that's gonna pay me. I can't remember. I think it was in the hundred thousands, and and I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. It's never, and guess what he tells me? It's never enough, bro. It's never. I'm like, no way. I don't want to be this dude. And it's funny because this dude must have. I don't know if he looked pretty young, but I don't know if he was in his 30s or 40s. And I'm like, dang, when is it gonna be enough, man? I, I mean, there's other stuff I want to do because, in my point of view, it will never be good enough when people try to fill their expectations of people that are not there to support your personal growth in a positive way. Yeah, they're not going to be there. Yeah, that's going to be a lonely road. Yes, I've been an outsider, so I have loads of experience not caring what people think. Oh man, definitely. I I just do me and I'm happy 60% of the time. Hey, that sounds good enough for me. Insane. Greed is hell of a drug. Yeah. I mean, when is enough enough? And, do these people ever think like, you know what? Maybe I could downsize and have a job that only makes me work 40 hours, 50 hours a week, right? And spend time with my family. And then when you're old and your kids are going to be like non existent, like, what happened? Well, dad was never there. So imagine, I mean, spending time away from your kids. But when you grow old and it's time for your kids to be around you, they're not going to be there because you didn't want to spend time with them when they were younger. Yep, yep, yep. Greed is a total drug. It's the high of the chase. Yeah, that's all it is too, right? It's kind of like these wackos that like these dudes too, like oh, they're after these women that are playing hard to get. Oh, it's a total chase. Oh yeah, I like women that are so hard to get. And then they finally get that woman, right? And she's like, oh yeah, they're interested in her. And the guy's like, okay, goodbye. I'm like, dude, it's like, what the heck? What was the point of your chase? I mean, I don't know. That's just playing some sick mind game, if you ask me. Exactly. And then they wonder why they are sitting alone in a nursing home. Yeah, a freaking expensive nursing home too. Um, my mom. My mom's a caregiver, and she would tell me, "He's like, you know how much people pay to be in these nursing homes? It's like they pay like $4,000 or $5,000 a month to be there. $4,000 or $5,000 a month to be there. That is crazy. That's like two mortgage payments, right? Because I think mortgages are probably like $2,500 now. Laugh my ass off. Those type of people are so like, yeah. It's like really. I mean, you guys, it's bad. I don't know who likes to go to work. I don't. I don't like to go to work. I cherish my free time. As a matter of time, when I go to work, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go to work. And it's not because my boss sucks. My boss is pretty cool, but it can be stressful, guys. I mean, working in the medical field, it is not easy. It's tough. It's tough. So I don't know why people who wants to be there. I mean, who even like nobody likes to go to work, right? It's the natural human thing of us humans not wanting to go to work, and then you're wanting to go to work for 80 or 120 hours a week just to have nice things, just so the neighbor could burn an advert. It's insane, right? I mean, just to piss off, to make other people piss off and be jealous at you. It's nuts, man. I bet, but I thank you for being in that field because I could never. Oh, it's brutal, man. It's brutal, man. You just hear these what is it? You don't need to see horror movies. You just see what's going on in with people's health condition. It's like, man, you appreciate your good health. I'll tell you that. My mother is a caregiver too, and the woman she stays with is paying $8,000 a month. Holy moly! $8,000 a month? That is insane, dude. That is crazy. I believe you too. Imagine you worked all your life, right, to accumulate all this stuff, right? This massive 401k where you have $1 million, and to what? To give you're gonna work for that 401k or what? For what? Giving it to the nursing home when you get old? Fuck that shit, man. Hell no. You're working your ass off, then you're gonna give that money to the freaking nursing home when you get old? Hell no. I'm sorry, man. That just that just really grinds my gears, man. That's insane. Yeah, 8,000 isn't that crazy? I mean, yeah, I mean, my mom was probably. I bet Dustin. I bet your mom was probably just as shocked as mine. And even me when I heard like 4 or 5 thousand just to work at a freaking. I mean, for people to stay at a nursing home. Yeah, sure. These nursing homes can be nice. They're very nice, but being around. I mean, it's sad, right? Because these people, they could have chosen the road of I'm gonna probably not provide the best, probably not provide a lot of materially for my family, but be there for them, give them my time. And when I grow old, they're gonna want me. They're gonna instead of me paying $8,000 for staying at the old folks home, right? They're gonna take me into their house. No, they'd rather have a crappy relationship, be mean to their family, not talk to them, ghost them, and then when they're old, they're gonna have to rely on a nursing home. It is insane. Some people is it cognitive dissonance or are people really that dumb? How could they justify $8,000 a month? I truly do not understand. Yeah, they have the money, but nobody likes them. Their family don't like them. I can't even imagine how they must have treated them, right? They're probably one of those stories, and I'm not trying to make this generational thing, right? Because it's not. I mean, I can imagine, right, a Gen X person saying, "Yeah, my Boomer parents or Silent Generation parents, they were they were hard asses," and it's like, and I'm not gonna take him. I don't even. There's people that don't even talk to their family once they grow old. It's just nuts, man. I don't see how people could neglect their family. I struggle with throwing $200 for groceries each month. Mentally, I mean. Oh yeah, yeah. Mentally, yeah. Yeah, groceries are expensive. Yeah, I spend about that much a month, $200. You know, I go to spend $100 at Walmart, spend $100 at Costco. You know what I've noticed is Costco's awesome because a lot of people might say, "Oh, it's a $60 membership every year," but I'll be honest with you. You know, going to these big box, I mean, these buying everything in wholesale, it really stretches out your dollar a lot. But of course, you're gonna buy stuff that you truly use, right? Not stuff. You know, once you do the math, you're like, oh, makes sense. You know, you find out it's a little bit cheaper. But that's just me. You know, of course, everybody has their own system that works for them to go grocery shopping. Yeah, but the rat race, you know, it's insane. I mean, I don't know how people could want to be in the rat race. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, of course, right? I mean, I mean, how should I say this? Of course, everybody needs jobs, right? But I don't know. It's like, is that really? I don't know. It's not really a life. I mean, I work. I mean, because traffic is tough, right? It takes me an hour to get from work and an hour and back, and it's just nuts. It's insane. Oh yeah, I grew up on a stretch dollar and learning rolled over into adulthood. So I'd rather stretch a buck than waste a buck. Oh yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you learned a lot. You know, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I grew up poor as well, and and what I want to say is that, well, not super poor, right? I mean, like some other people, but I mean, we never starved to death. We never, you know, we lived in a house. Of course, there was times where we needed food stamps. Both my parents worked, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't a bad life. My parents did what they were good. We weren't rich. I mean, we definitely weren't rich, but we were not like super poor like some other families where they need where where they're in massive poverty, and a lot of the times it's because the parents are lazy and are neglectful. They don't even want to provide for their kids. Right, well, that's just a whole another tangent. But yeah, I think you learned a lot. You learn a lot of things, right? You know what's funny though? You learn a lot of things when makes you appreciate things, right? The hard times makes you appreciate the good times later on. But sometimes you could be in these good times for such a long time that you forget later on what it was like to have that struggle, and you have to be careful there too once you get to that area because sometimes you could forget. You know, I was listening to this song by Waylon Jennings. I don't know if you guys know who that is, where it's Lukenbach, Texas. That's the song that it was called, and it was talking about how him and his wife got were making good money, and they forgot where they were coming from. They forgot their roots, and they were, you know, that they lived you know, this lifestyle of I wouldn't say glitz and glamour, but like they were kind of forgetting, right? Going back to the basics, and yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, yeah, you could definitely deviate and forget where you came from. So it's very important to kind of keep yourself grounded. I love Waylon. Yeah, wait, same here. I didn't discover him until just a couple of years ago. And I'm like, but it's funny though because I didn't really like country music for probably for the maybe past 10 years. That's when I've really been liking it. But when I was a kid, I I really forgot all of, you know, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was kind of annoying. But then when you're an adult and you listen, and you're like, oh, a lot now it makes sense. I don't have a car, but I'm lucky to live right next to a busy way, so it's easy getting around. But I don't want a car, but they are so expensive. And if you could live without it, that's fine. I mean, Every case is different, right? And I mean, of course, there's gonna be places where you don't need it. Gotta stay humble for sure. Yeah, cars are expensive to maintain. Oh yeah, especially when they get older. That's very true. And you know what's crazy though? That and you have a dilemma, right? It's either car payments or spending time fixing a lot of stuff once the cars get older. Agree, cars are a bill, not a luxury. Yeah, the thing is, Dustin, I'm not sure if you're American and live here in the U.S. or maybe if you live in Canada or Mexico too. You in any North American city, or you have to drive and use your car, and so it sucks. I mean, it's not something that's necessarily a luxury, but you need it. I mean, you definitely you can't walk to work, and here in Tucson, the public transportation sucks. I mean, it's insane. I grew up poor and just started working my first job post college. I'll never forget what being poor is like. Yeah, definitely don't because then you could even forget. I mean, there could be a time later on down the road where you could make good money and you're gonna say, "Hey, I could afford this now. I could afford that," and you start, and then time goes by, and you start forgetting, like, "Hey, I'm forgetting what it was like to be poor," and kind of like that Waylon song I was song. Yeah, you need to go back to that place, to kind of center yourself. I wish we had better public transportation and urban design. Yeah, you're in the United States. It sucks, dude. I mean, big time. I mean, here in Tucson, I live 10 miles away from my job. Right? If I take the bus, you're not gonna believe me. It takes me 3 hours to get to my job and 3 hours to get back. That's how bad public transportation sucks. In my opinion, I just can't see spending $800 a month on a car payment. They're insane, huh? Yeah, $800 a month. That's crazy. That's insane. I think it's probably even cheaper to even own an old car at that point when you're making those kind of payments. I mean, of course, you're not. Your old cars are not in the shop every once a month either. I mean, at least in my experience. I mean, sometimes if you do the oil changes, those things can last you pretty good time. Especially when the temp hits the triple digits, people literally die when they're trying to walk in the heat. Yeah, insane. Yeah, and and that's true. 3 hours, it's nuts. And just like Alvarez, I mean, New Mexico hits triple digits too. So right here it hits triple digits too. I mean, it's 110 outside in August. Like imagine you get off work at 3 o'clock and it's 110. Then and it's bad enough you have to wait out in the sun. Well, of course you get under the shade, right? But even then, it's like 95 degrees and you're still, or 100 degrees and you're still sweating your butt off, and you got to be drinking water and stay hydrated. Yeah, there's people that it's very normal for people to die of heat exhaustion or get a heat stroke. They get dehydrated and whatnot. And you can feel the heat coming up from the ground in the shade. Yeah, that's true. You know what's funny though? If you look at the asphalt on the road, you just see like the little like ripples, right? Like the heat just bouncing off the asphalt. It's like, wow. Yeah, sometimes even in the desert, you guys probably see this in movies, right? You see far away, there's like this shiny thing, and you're like, oh, it's water. No, it's not. It's your mind. It's your eyes playing a trick on you. It's not an oasis. It's just the heat, like bouncing off. That you can see the heat from it far. Yeah, yeah. There's no escape from the heat. And you want to know what sucks too? When you get rain, like here, like we get rain, and guess what happens? Like a day or 2 days later, mosquitoes everywhere, dude. It sucks, man. It's terrible. Mosquitoes are like the worst. It's like, dang it, dang it, and they're fast too. They're hard to just snap. And sometimes, even when you get them, they already got you. So, yeah, it's tough. The heat is brutal, and cars break down a lot too, uh, especially in the sun. Right? Sometimes your cars can overheat and just don't want to turn on again. Well, I'm not saying that that's what happens, but especially when you're driving an old car. I remember I had a car. I've had cars in the past where the gas pump likes to break down in the summer. I'm like, oh, it's like time to get a gas pump. I'm trying to get my license this spring because although I don't want a car, I'm realizing I need one or at least my license because the winters are hard, like the heat out west. Oh yeah, even the cold is not easy to deal with. Heck, you could freeze to death too. I mean, blizzards and stuff. Yeah, the cold can be just as dangerous as the heat. I mean, it's different, but it could still get you. You're gonna deal with something, right? I mean, unless you live in California where the weather's nice. Even if you have nice weather, and I'm not trying to bash California, but you could get evicted and live in your car because the rent is so high. So there's no escaping. You're gonna deal with some sort of hardship, and you're gonna live in your car. So, or you're gonna deal with all the crime. But anyway, I'm not trying to bash California. I'm just joking. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna have to wrap up in 3 minutes, but um, now thank you so much for joining me. That's what I want to go ahead and just say. But yeah, I'm gonna stay here for another 3 minutes. But I really enjoyed your guys' time, though. I really, really love it when you guys come on here. You know, just having these random conversations, right? I mean, just talking, kind of like you know, person to person, like a friend. You know, and these times, it seems like we're more lonelier, right? Because back then, I'll be honest with you guys, when I was a kid in the 90s, good night, Easy. Nice chatting. Hey, Jera Tribble 39. Thanks for the good conversation. I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, guys. Same here. I appreciate you guys a lot. You know, yeah, I just like to be here, just be friends like old times, Back in the 90s when I was growing up, it wasn't so hard to make friends like it is right now for kids. Back then, it was easy. You made friends just playing basketball, playing soccer, kickball, all these things, playing tag, ball tag, all kinds of stuff, right? And but too bad, you don't, when I drive by going home, I don't see kids playing in the streets like we used to. As a matter of fact, when we used to play football and on the street, and we're like, "Hey, move out of the way! A car's coming." We all moved out of the way, let the car pass by. You don't see that anymore in the streets. Sometimes we even hit the car with the football too, dunk. And sometimes a lot of the adults were like, "Oh, okay, they're just playing," and it's not like we dented the car either. So thanks for the conversation, an awesome conversation. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Dustin, I appreciate you being on here. So I'm going to be here for just a little bit less than a minute, and I'm going to have to wrap it up, guys. But yeah, we're just forgetting what life used to be like. And for one thing, yeah, it's making me feel a little sad, but it is what it is. It's becoming harder to create relations organically. In current times, it is. Yeah, it is. You know, I guess people just struggle to go up to somebody and talk to them. And I understand. I can be the same way too. Because there's times where I've isolated myself and then I try to be the way I was. And it's kind of hard because you can't do that anymore. You just can't. I don't know how to verbalize it, guys. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a night. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I really appreciate it. It's like we're having a friend group and we're talking here in person. Really appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Alvarez, Dustin, Jared Tribble, and everyone else. Thank you so much.